Good morning and welcome to Frank's School. 127th day. Yesterday, or the last 26th day, I was showing something I was doing outside. There's going to be a lot more of that. But we're now on episode 6 of The Kings and Queens of England, Alan Herrera. And we'll finish it within about a week. This is called The Moderns, Modern Monarchy. And the first part I'd like you to look at today is going to be about young Victoria, up to the point where she was nicknamed Mrs. Brown. That'll be the 10th minute, 10th second. But before I go into that, let me back up just a little bit here. I had said that it was strange to me that the term romanticism was never even used. In this. Well, again, this isn't even really history. And my let me turn that camera just a little bit. My take on things is that I teach and study the humanities, which is not the same as history. And this isn't really even exactly history. This is about the kings and queens of England. For me, the humanities is about the study of human expression. And especially what they've left behind that have affected us or that we still value. So I was reminded of that. Another thing, 1816, by accident, I just happened to learn something I did not realize, that bad year was caused by a volcano that exploded. The biggest explosion ever witnessed by humans, they say. And it ended up, the cloud of ash surrounded the world and reflected the sunlight and made it cold. It's kind of amazing. But anyway, maybe I should have known that. I just learned that by accident. All right, now back to Queen Elizabeth. She married. The house, up till now, it's been called the Hanoverians, but now Windsor. But now what do you call it, dynasty, I guess you call it, the families are Saxe-Coburg. This is where Prince Albert was from, and then Windsor. I find this very easy to listen to. Shocking. I mean, what we find out about Prince Albert and a Prince Albert piercing, I had no idea. Kind of horrifies me. But well, you learn. Anyway. So I don't think I have to do very much more explaining. I'd like to draw attention to Alan Herrera's comment that there's really two sides to the government, he feels, or it was written, there's the efficient side and the dignified side. And the king and queen, they're supposed to be the dignified side. But it is private. It is private. And he uses that word private. And he also uses the pronoun I. He says, when I was researching this, and he was unable to find things that he wanted to find out. Interesting. Between the lines, you can sort of tell that he's not so sure that's right. Anyway, Prince Albert, he was eventually called the Prince Consort, was not allowed to be king because he was too foreign or whatever. He was Victoria's first cousin. They had 9 children. I'd like, I guess, and as I say, I want you to take it up to the point where he died. But I want to also draw attention to the Crystal Palace. Now that I knew about, and the Great Exposition of 1851. The development of cast plate glass meant that glass could be clear, and it could be strong, and it could be cheap. I think 1848, yeah, that's when this development happened. To this day, I find myself wondering, when you go to recycle glass, you can recycle bottle glass or glass jars. But here in the United States, window glass, it's quite a problem. No one wants it. It's quite a different process, I think. And now, in my case, I smash it up, grind it up, and mix it in with concrete as an aggregate. But in any case, that development in technology had a profound effect, and I think it maybe could have been used and still can be used better than it has been for heating. But that's kind of another matter. But anyway, it's a case where a development in technology, also demanding a lot of fossil fuels, high energy use, but it has had a profound effect. Anyway, the Crystal Palace existed up until 1936 when it burned. Now, how a building that's made out of cast iron and glass burns, I'm just not sure. I mean, the contents burned apparently, but and it was moved. I'd sort of like to see more about that. That must have been some good engineering to build something that high that could sustain winds at that time. Anyway, there was a question, should it be rebuilt? And currently, I guess it was in this very year, 1915, I think they decided no, they weren't going to rebuild it. But interesting idea to rebuild the Crystal Palace. A good project to do in miniature. All right, well, enjoy. You may be a little bit shocked if you study that piercing business. All right, bye for now.